CO Ethan Caldwell had only stepped out of his car to take a call. But the moment he saw the two children huddled behind a dumpster, his world stopped. The boy couldn't be more than 7. His shoes were worn, his jacket thin, and his eyes, big, scared, desperate, held a kind of courage no child should need. Ethan knelt. "Where's your mom?" he asked gently. "She went to find food," the boy murmured. "She said she'd return, but it's been hours." "My sister is cold, sir. Please, she's freezing." Without thinking, Ethan pulled off his expensive coat and wrapped it around both children, lifting them carefully. "Come with me," he said. "You're safe now." Inside his warm car, the toddler stopped crying. The boy watched her, relief washing over his face so pure it made Ethan's chest tighten. At the hospital, doctors checked the girl and told Ethan the truth. The kids were abandoned far longer than the boy realized. Their mother might not return at all. Ethan looked at the two siblings, alone, frightened, and forgotten by the world. Something inside him shifted. That night, as he sat beside their hospital bed, the boy whispered again, not with fear this time, but hope. "Sir, thank you for saving us." Ethan realized he wasn't just helping them. They were changing him. The next morning, Ethan returned to the hospital with warm clothes and breakfast, unsure why his heart felt heavier than usual. He had meetings, deadlines, responsibilities. Yet none of them mattered, not compared to the image of that boy shielding his baby sister from the cold. When he entered the room, the boy's face lit up. "You came back," he said with a smile so bright it almost erased the exhaustion beneath it. Ethan set the food down. "Of course I did. How's your sister?" "She's better. They gave her a warm bed. She never had a bed like that before." The boy's voice trailed off, and Ethan noticed he kept glancing at the door, as if still hoping the mother would walk through. But news came soon. A nurse pulled Ethan aside quietly. "The mother hasn't been found. The police searched nearby shelters. She may have abandoned them intentionally." Ethan felt a jolt of anger, not at the woman, but at the world that had failed these children. When he went back inside, the boy was holding his sister's tiny hand. "She keeps asking for Mama," he said softly. "But I told her we have each other. That's enough." "Right." Ethan sat beside him. "You're very brave. Braver than most adults I know." The boy looked up. "Sir, why are you helping us? You don't even know us." Ethan didn't know how to explain it. Maybe he saw a reflection of his younger self, lonely, ignored, forgotten. Maybe he was tired of living in a world where kindness came last. "Because," Ethan said gently, "someone should have helped me once. And no one did." The boy blinked, then leaned lightly against him. For the first time in years, Ethan felt needed. That evening, Ethan took the kids to a temporary foster center, but the moment he stepped away, the toddler began to cry hysterically. The boy clung to Ethan's hand. "Please, don't leave us here. They're nice, but they're strangers." Ethan froze. He wasn't prepared for this. He wasn't a parent. He lived alone in a huge house designed for business meetings, not bedtime stories. But when the boy's small fingers tightened around his, Ethan couldn't move. The social worker noticed and stepped aside. "If you want," she suggested gently, "you can take emergency temporary custody until we sort things out." Ethan swallowed hard. "Me? I don't know anything about kids." The boy looked up. "You know how to keep us warm." That simple sentence broke whatever resistance remained. Minutes later, the children were in his car again, this time not as strangers, but as something closer to family. At home, Ethan scrambled. He didn't own toys, or children's clothes, or even cereal that wasn't for adults. But the kids didn't care. They sat on his couch, wrapped in his oversized blankets, watching cartoons as if they'd lived there forever. Late that night, as Ethan watched them sleep, he felt something unfamiliar. Peace. His house wasn't silent anymore, it felt alive. He whispered softly, Maybe this is where you were meant to be." He didn't know if the words were meant for them, or himself. But deep inside, a decision was forming. A life-changing one. In the following days, Ethan hired a doctor, bought clothes, filled the pantry with kid-friendly food, and attended every meeting with social services. But something unexpected happened. The more time he spent with the children, the more they changed him. The boy, whose name was Noah, had a habit of hovering near him, ready to help with anything. When Ethan dropped a pen, Noah picked it up. When Ethan's phone rang, Noah quietly brought it to him. "You don't have to do that," Ethan told him one day. Noah shrugged. "I just want to be useful, so you don't send us away." Ethan felt a sharp ache in his chest. "You being here is enough. I'm not sending you anywhere." Noah's eyes filled with tears he tried to hide. Then came the twist no one expected. A neighbor recognized Noah and his sister. Their mother had been seen with dangerous people involved in theft and drug activity. She hadn't abandoned the kids out of cruelty, she'd done it out of fear. That night, Ethan sat alone in his study, wrestling with the truth. If the mother came back, could he really let these kids return to the chaos they escaped? The question haunted him. Noah found him sitting there, shoulders tense. "Sir, are we leaving soon?" Ethan looked at the boy, the same brave child who protected his sister with nothing but love. "No," he said finally. "You're staying. As long as you want." Noah's relief was immediate, raw, overwhelming. He hugged Ethan, not out of fear this time, but trust. Ethan held him, realizing he wasn't just rescuing them. They were rescuing him, too. Weeks later, Ethan took the kids to the family court building. He had barely slept, nervous about the decision that would shape all three of their lives. Noah held his hand tightly. The toddler, now happy and healthy, sat on his other arm, playing with Ethan's tie. "Are they going to take us away?" Noah whispered. Ethan knelt to his eye level. "I'm here to fight for you. I'm not letting you go." When they entered the hearing room, the judge reviewed everything, the reports, the medical evaluations, the missing mother's involvement in dangerous groups, and most importantly, the children's emotional bond with Ethan. Noah was asked one question. "Where do you feel safe?" He didn't hesitate. "With him," he said, pointing at Ethan. "He saved my sister. He saved me. And he never made me feel like a burden." The judge looked at Ethan. "Are you prepared to take full responsibility for both children?" Ethan's voice didn't shake this time. "I already have." After a long pause, the judge smiled softly. "Temporary custody granted to Mr. Caldwell, with strong consideration for permanent guardianship." Noah gasped. The toddler clapped. Ethan exhaled, for the first time feeling like he could breathe again. Outside the courthouse, Noah tugged his sleeve. "Sir, does this mean you're our dad now?" Ethan felt his eyes sting. He picked up the little girl and placed a hand on Noah's shoulder. "If you'll have me," he whispered, "I'd be honored." Noah threw his arms around him, tears of pure joy running down his cheeks. At that moment, on the courthouse steps, Ethan realized something beautiful. He hadn't just opened his home. He'd found a family.